Symfony is a set of libraries that give us tons of tools. Tools for logging, making database queries, sending emails, rendering templates, and making API calls, just to name a few. If you counted them, I did, Symfony consists of about 100 separate libraries. Wow. Right now, I want to start turning our pages into true HTML pages, instead of just returning text. But we are not going to jam a bunch of HTML into our PHP classes. Yuck. Instead, we're going to render a template. But guess what? There is no templating library in our project. What? But I thought you just said that Symfony has a tool for rendering templates. Lies. Well, Symfony does have a tool for that. But our app currently uses very few of these Symfony libraries. The tools we have so far don't amount to much more than a route controller response system. If you need to render a template or make a database query, we do not have those tools installed in our app yet. I actually love this about Symfony. Instead of starting us with a gigantic project with everything we need, plus tons of stuff that we don't need, Symfony starts tiny. Then, if you need something, you install it. But before we install a templating library, at your terminal, run git status. Let's commit everything. I can safely run git add dot, which adds everything in my directory to Git because one of the files that our project originally came with was a .gitignore file, which already ignores stuff like the vendor directory, var directory, and several other paths. If you're wondering what these weird marker things are, that's related to the recipe system, which we're about to talk about. Anyways, run git commit and add a message. Perfect. And now we are clean. Okay, so how can we install a templating library? And what templating libraries are even available for Symfony? And which is recommended? Well, of course, a great way to answer these questions would be to check the Symfony documentation. But we can also just guess. In any PHP project, you can add new third-party libraries to your app by saying composer require and then the package name. We don't know the package name we need yet, so I'll just guess. Composer require templates. Now, if you've used Composer before, you might be screaming at your screen right about now. Why? Because in Composer, package names are always something/something. It is literally not possible to have a package just named templates. But watch. When we run this, it works. And up on top, it says using version 1 for Symfony/Twig pack. Twig is the name of the templating engine for Symfony. To understand this, let's take a tiny step backwards. Our project started with a composer.json file containing several Symfony libraries. One of these is called Symfony/Flex. Flex is a Composer plugin, so it adds more features to Composer. Actually, it adds 3 superpowers to Composer. The first, which we just saw, is called Flex Aliases. Head to flex.symfony.com to see a giant page full of packages. Search for templates. Here it is. Under Symfony/Twig pack, it says aliases, template, templates, twig, and twig pack. The idea behind Flex Aliases is dead simple. We type composer require templates, and then internally, Flex changes that to Symfony/Twig pack. Ultimately, that is the package that Composer installs. This means that most of the time, you can just composer require whatever you want, like composer require logger, composer require ORM, composer require ice cream, whatever. It's just a shortcut system. The important point is that what really got installed was Symfony/Twig-pack. And that means that In our composer.json file, we should now see Symfony/Twig pack under the require key. But if you spin over, it's not there. Gasp! Instead, it added Symfony/Twig bundle, Twig/extra bundle, and Twig/Twig. We're witnessing the second superpower of Symfony Flex, unpacking packs. Copy the original package name, and we can actually find that repository on GitHub by going to github.com/symfony/twig pack. And it contains just one file, composer.json. And this requires 3 other packages, the 3 we just saw added to our project. This is called a Symfony pack. It's really just a fake package that helps us install other packages. It turns out, if you want a rich template engine to be added to your app, we recommend installing these 3 packages. But instead of making you add them manually, you can composer require Symfony/Twig pack and get them automatically. When you install a pack like this, Flex automatically unpacks it. It finds the 3 packages that the pack depends on and adds those into your composer.json file. So packs are a shortcut so that you can run one composer require command and get multiple libraries added to your project. Okay, so what is the third and final superpower of Flex? So glad you asked. To find out, at your terminal, run git status. Whoa. Normally, when you run composer require, the only files it should modify, other than downloading packages into vendor, are composer.json and composer.lock. Flex's third superpower is its recipes system. Whenever you install a package, that package may have a recipe. If it does, in addition to downloading the package into the vendor directory, Flex will also execute its recipe. Recipes can do things like add new files or even modify a few existing files. Watch, if we scroll up a little, yes, it says configuring 2 recipes. So apparently there was a recipe for Symfony/Twig bundle and also for Twig/extra bundle. And these recipes apparently updated the config/bundles.php file and added a new directory and file. The recipe system is sweet. All we need to do is composer require a new library, and its recipe will then add all the configuration files or other setup needed so that we can start using that library immediately. No more following 5 manual installation steps in a README. When you add a library, it works out of the box. Next, I want to dive a bit deeper into the recipes. Like, where do they live? What's their favorite color? And what did this recipe add specifically to our app and why? I'm also going to let you in on a little secret. Every file in our project, all the files in config, the public directory, all of this stuff was added via a recipe. And I'll prove it.